Hi, you're now tuned in to Dreamcatchers, a new show on CKER that promotes the talents and successes of Kahnawake youth. With me today is Brent Thomas Daibo, who is a local musician who's released his first solo EP. It's called Haunted, under the band name Thomas Doubting. So Brent, thanks for being here.
Hello.
I really appreciate it. So let's start with talking a bit about Haunted. What made you decide to go off on your own and create your own album? I mean, that's a big feat for a 21-year-old musician.
The main thing was that I couldn't find anybody who wanted to do the same thing as me. So it's really hard to find musicians that all want to, I guess, in a sense, dedicate themselves to one thing. So I was just sick of waiting for other people, that's all. So I branched out and decided to go on my own.
Okay, and when did you start recording this album?
I started recording late June, early July. And it's taken a while, but aside from that, I'm happy with the overall product of it.
Yeah, so what was the first single released?
The first single that we released and recorded was 6 Feet Under.
Okay, and why that song specifically?
Because that was pretty much the only song that I had written for the EP when my friends from Montreal said, hey, my friend has a studio, so come out, record a song, and we'll take it from there.
Nice.
So we just ended up all falling into place.
Okay, and what's the inspiration behind the song 6 Feet Under?
Just people trying to bring you down when you're trying to better yourself or do something that you want to do. That's pretty much it.
And I heard that the song got some local airplay.
Yeah, it did on K103. It's been in rotation a few times.
How did that make you feel to hear your song on the local radio?
It was pretty flattering, pretty funny too. I couldn't believe it at first. Yeah.
Where were you when it played?
I think I was at work, so I didn't catch it. Someone else heard it, and then they texted me or called me, I don't remember. But they said, hey, your song's on the radio right now. I said, cool, and that was it.
So what were people's initial reactions to this first song?
I don't know if people caught on right away with it, but once they did start to catch on, people tended to like it, and that's pretty much it.
Good. And how did you go about promoting it?
Mostly through Facebook and YouTube. Like, it's pretty DIY the way that I do things, so that was the main promotion of it.
Okay. Did you find that an effective way to reach out to people? Were they responsive?
Oh yeah, especially nowadays with the social networking and things like that, it's definitely easier.
Okay, let's talk a bit about the actual EP as a whole. It's called Haunted. Where did that name come from?
It kind of just came up one night while I was laying in bed due to some past relationship issues. You're haunted by previous people that you were connected with for a long time.
Right.
So that's where the idea came from.
Okay, so let's talk a bit about the other songs that are on the EP. Can you just give me a bit of an idea of what kind of musical category they fall under and what influences some of them?
I'd say it just falls under rock or folk. I'm not too sure myself. I guess that's for anyone who listens to it to judge, and they can decide from there.
Okay. So what was the next song that came out after 6 Feet Under?
The second single was a song called Tonight, Tonight.
And that came out in August?
Yeah, August. Early August.
What was behind that?
Was behind the inspiration of the song?
Yeah, what was the inspiration behind the song?
Running into somebody that you know and you don't want to see, and if you listen to it, you'll get it. You'll get the picture.
Okay. What was the musical influence behind it? Was there a specific band that inspired you?
No, not really. It was just messing about one night on a harmonica and a guitar, and it just all came together like that.
Okay, let's talk a bit about the studio and the process that went into that. Now, you said that a friend of yours said, come on over, I have a friend and he owns a studio, let's start recording. What was the recording process like? Was this your first time recording in a studio?
No, this is maybe my fifth time recording in the studio, but it was more of a home studio type thing. But aside from that, they were working together and they started a business, and it just kind of popped up once they heard my demos on the internet, like I said, and that was pretty much it from there.
Mm-hmm. And what would you say about the recording process for this specific EP? Was it difficult?
It's very long, very tedious.
What made it so long?
Timing. Timing was very up in the air and all over the place with everyone. It's hard to get the engineer and myself in the room on a good day, and especially when I'm the one playing all the instruments on the EP. So
let's talk a bit about that. How many instruments do you play?
For the EP, I played drums, bass, guitar, harmonica, and vocals, so I guess 5, if you want to call it that.
Wow, that's really impressive. So we're going to take a break now. When we get back, we're going to talk a bit about Brent's musical background and history, what got him started. And before we come back, actually after we come back, we're going to have a performance from Brent of one of his songs off of the EP, Haunted. We'll be right back.